What's up, gamers? Z Farrells here with the MUT podcast. As always, going to take you through a Pistol Playbook breakdown and, of course, show you some new items. The play of the week is right here. It's a Hail Mary. My opponent almost tied the game, but look at what happens. He comes down just shy of the end zone, and Z Farrells wins again. Got some new members on the squad this week. Patrick Peterson, the Combine Edition, 98 speed, 98 overall. He's going to come into the mix, take one to the house on just his second snap as a member of my squad. But you know what? I also signed Charles Woodson, and he says, I can play the slot just as good as you, and I'm coming in for a pick as well. But then Peterson says, you know what? 2 picks in the first quarter as a team member, pretty solid. As always, guys, defense wins championships. If you need better defense, check out MaddenTips.com. The winner's kit, that setup right there is in it. You will get more sacks. All right, so here's the new items this week. Right now, Mr. 45 Revolver hooked me up with a Deacon Jones and also a middle linebacker, Patrick Willis, the 97 version. So I've been using those guys. We picked up a Jarrell Freeman to hang out on the edge. Malcolm Smith, we've moved down to D-end, and he drops in zone coverage. Once again, sold 97 Sherman, picked up a Charles Woodson and a Patrick Peterson with the price of the 97 Sherman, and then I sold some other reserves to get a Tracy Porter. Night Train Lane plays at safety, and then I sold the rest of my stuff to get a LaRon Landry strong safety card. Going to try him out. I really like his intangibles, his speed, great raw ability. Now, the Pistol Playbook, guys, you need 5 plays. You need 5 plays to do well with the Pistol Playbook. Get your paper out and write it down. Pistol spread, pistol trips. We got goal line. You're going to need goal line. That's 3. You're going to need pistol full house. That's 4. This is your red zone play. We'll go over all this, but write this stuff down. And the number one thing you're going to need, and this is the best formation in the game. Best formation in the game. Pistol ace, strong power is the play. Hey guys, is the Pistol Playbook the best playbook in the game? No. So, but Farrells, you just said that the Pistol ace is the best play in the game. Best formation. Well, yes, it is the best. And here's why. You can absolutely rack up rushing yards. But as you can see here, if you have to pass and you go to a pistol trips and you're throwing things like outs and you get into a bad situation, you will turn the ball over. So you need 5 plays to really mix it up. All right, so obviously the first play we talked about, Pistol Ace strong power. Here you can see Barry Sanders having some luck, juking, jiving, hurdling, dancing, moving, shifting, shaking, pop it, automatic, hypnotic, supersonic, all that. Now, what we like to do in this is put Rob Gronkowski or a better blocking tight end in at the left wide receiver and then move our primary receiver to the right. So this is an S. Gibbs, depth chart, so important type of maneuver. But what's so good is this formation's so balanced. Look how fast I flipped that play. You probably didn't notice. You probably thought I was running to the right. And we were able to quickly, audible this run. And what I do is basically, I'm going to run the strong power early and often. I'm going to flip it. I'm going to read the defense here. Didn't look like it was going to be open to the right, so we run it to the left. We get the pulling guards out in front, and we pick up more and more yards with this play. So you need to commit to the run game if you want to run this play. And then later, this is going to set up everything else. So this run being so balanced and being a dominant play, it's going to really set up the rest of your run game. Here we have Eric Dickerson in for goal line runs, a stronger trucking back. Now, this halfback dive is the perfect run if the defense you're playing is spreading their line. But we really like to hurry up, really like to go up tempo. This is, as Eric Dickerson takes a hit, this isn't my style. I like to slow the game down in MUT. I like to run the ball, but I like to be not quite as run heavy. And ultimately, I think it can hurt you a little bit if you're too reliant on the run. 3rd and 6, we stick with the run, guys. 3rd and 6, we stick with the run. And then later in the game, we're going to come back out in strong power. Minute 13 left. But this is your base formation. This is the number one thing you need to do if you want to get good with this playbook. This playbook is available in the collectibles section. You need to cash in 10 collectibles. Here we're going to pass. So we go to the play corner strike. You see the B route. You see X we have on a little hitch. We're actually going to end up rolling out with Vic. And it's not a good sign if I'm rolling out. So if I'm generally uncomfortable, I'm going to roll out a little bit. So this playbook, you can throw with this play corner strike. It's a great complement to, this run right here. But what happens is you will end up forcing some turnovers. if you try and throw too much. I do fully recommend a mobile quarterback. I think that there's a read option, or there definitely is a read option, but I think that the read option in this playbook specifically is one of the best read options in the game. It's a quick hitter up the middle. It puts you right on a track, right north-south. You can really crush a defense, but you got to come out in it because you can't audible to it. So that's one way that this playbook would be better if it was in like a custom book, but it's still a very good formation. The only thing it's really missing is a screen. Here you can see, try and throw a quick pass with Vic, but we get bottled up. 45 seconds left, we're going to have to throw here. So your first note should be base run, pistol ace, strong power. You can flip it quickly. You always have the corner post available. We love the corner post, has a man-beating route on both sides. You can streak the tight ends. What I like about streaking the tight ends, here we take another sack, not ready to beat man there with that defense. When you streak the tight ends, you crush zone. So if they're playing zone or they're playing aggressive with the linebackers because they want to stop the run, you have to throw streaks quick to Y and A. But it can get slowed down by man-to-man coverage. 3rd and 22 here. We don't have a lot of hope. We're going to just try and get downfield. We throw the perfect throw to Greg Olsen. He gets it all the way down to the 15. We take a timeout, 4 seconds left. I thought we had 5. I choose to go for it here. I think I have a 4-second throw in me, but ultimately not going to be a great decision. This playbook does struggle a tiny bit in the red zone. I do have some red zone plays. I have some short yardage runs, but why it's not the best playbook in the game, I'd say it's top 5. I'd say it's one of the 5 best playbooks in the game. There we lead it. We can't get it in, though, so we end up going to the half with the time ran out. So we're still down 10-7. Got to get a drive going. And this is the perfect time to go back to the run game and make sure that you're really pounding the rock consistently. Once your opponent, starts to become balanced and base aligns and learns how to shut this run down, we actually have run defense on this channel right here for this run. We have a beginner version of run defense to stop this run. We have an advanced version. Here I put an out to the right side. But the true way to stop this formation, what slowed me down a little bit, is if your opponent plays cover 4. If your opponent plays cover 4, like 5-2 or 5-2 cover 4 was tough for me to beat, or different cover 4s, it takes away some of the routes on the outside. It gives you the flats underneath, but those don't really pay you big dividends. Here he's got the safety up in the box. You can tell he's in cover 4 because all 4 of the corners are back. And you just don't really want to run it all that much. I mean, you still will see that I'm going to have a little bit of success here, but that's okay. So here's where this playbook struggles, guys. It's 3rd and inches. This playbook lacks great short yardage runs. You need to implement goal line, as it's the only under center formation in this book. Every formation in this book is pistol. You might think it should be 75% pistol and then a tiny bit of under center, a tiny bit of single back. No, it's 100% pistol. And right now it's 4th and 1, so I just had 3rd and inches. Now I have 4th and 1, and now I don't feel like I have a good run. I don't want to risk passing. I feel like 4th and 1 in other playbooks I would just run the ball. So here we use Vic, we use QB sneak, we hike it, and we just try and pick up yards. And I picked up the majority of short yardage plays with my goal line. So you need to be able to run goal line anywhere on the field. Always be using it for any inches, and usually 1 unless they come out in goal line. But they're not going to come out in goal line at that part of the field. Once they start to commit down to the run, you can see here we have a screen pass. He's in cover 4. Perfect. Slant everybody, roll out, hit it, boom, look at all those guys out in front. Get scraped off of, but the only way to combat cover 4 is to run things like that. The problem, Pistol Ace doesn't have a screen pass. Pistol Ace Twins does. And we'll talk more about these unbalanced formations later. So, you got to use these tactics here to pass against things like cover 4. Here, we're going to try and get away, and we end up doing it well with Vic, but we take a hit. 3rd and 6, a big play coming up right here. So, once again, the only thing your paper should say right now is Pistol Ace strong power and Pistol Ace corner strike as your main pass. That's all your paper should say. Here we quickly flip the run, bang it to the left, and we're able to take a juke and pick up some yards. So it's like Novocaine, as they say in Remember the Titans. I've had games where I go 10 for 230. Like I'll have 10 carries, 230 yards. I'll have games where, even a game like this, I'll have, say 12 for 115, but it doesn't feel like I'm dominating, because I don't know, running the ball's maybe a little inconsistent, but you pick up big chunks of yards and you have good success on the ground, but you can always audible to a run like this where it's more up the middle. So, like I said, if they start to spread their line, you need to call the read option from Pistol Ace. The good news is you can always audible from Pistol Ace to this run here, which has a read option. So here we're just going to try and pass with a basic concept, and we're able to hit A for a nice gain across the middle. So you got to throw to your tight ends, you got to utilize, you got to make the middle of the field pay for committing too much to the run. So to keep going here, remember, we'll always like to show a game where we struggle a little bit. There was plenty of blowouts along this way. I probably used this playbook for 15 games. It's one of the most I've played with a playbook that I've broken down, so I played a ton with it. Got a lot of wins, had some great MUT lunches where we live stream. But ultimately, you like to show the ones where, okay, you had to work a little bit harder. They played cover 4. It turned out to be, maybe a little bit of this playbook's kryptonite, and why I think it's a top 5 book, but not the best book, even though it has what I would say is the best formation in the game. Here, grinding out a drive in the second half, trying to get that TD, trying to get that win. So here we gotta run with Vic, but we run into our own guys. He stays up, we slide, first down. That's why you need a mobile quarterback. You're gonna need it for the read option in this playbook. So don't think about really using an under center quarterback with this book. Once again, the sheet that you're writing down these plays on should still only say two plays at this time. 1, Pistol Ace strong power. 2, Pistol Ace corner strike as the passing play. Pretty much your only adjustments for the corner strike are you can sometimes put outs on the outside, and you can sometimes wheel the halfback, and then sometimes you can streak the tight ends. So those are really based on what you're seeing, but you can always audible to that play. So never come out in it, always come out in the strong power or the read option, but generally 70% strong power, 25% read option. And once again, read option if they're spreading out their line, and you're just going to give it right up the middle. You do have a halfback dive, but then if they take that away, then you're in trouble. So we go back here, down to the strong power. I'm just trying to give you a sample drive of what it takes to grind out a win with the strong power. Here we're going to pass, streak, into the tight end. We got an out, we got a wheel, and they drop back pretty nicely. We're going to try and roll it in with Vic. We dive in, and we score a TD. So you can hit that B route on the right coming over the middle. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Z-spot. Here, the game's on the line. We're up 14-10. Our opponent's going to try and roll, try and pick it. And if you see, Rod Woodson breaks down on the ball and does a great job. So got him at safety. He plays very well in coverage, and he picks one off, and we seal the deal. Now we just got to run the clock out. And watch this. This is the second play you got to write down. Pistol trips, strong power. You got to write down. We've ran Pistol Ace all game long. He's used to aligning against the balance set. All of a sudden, we come out with all our receivers to one side. He's not quite as ready to defend it. So you need to switch between Pistol Ace. If you're going to run Pistol Ace strong power, 50% of the times you call plays, you need to run pistol trips 30%. Because look at the way the defense aligns. They have to be ready to either base align or not base align. And here it works out, boop, in just such a way that we're able to seal the game with the run. So the second play you should write down on your sheet right now is pistol trips, strong power, and you should remember to run it a fair amount. Here we get an opponent who is run committing because we did a good job running this run early, and we got our pulling guards out in front. Boop, great run, Barry Sanders taking it down, and teams will get aggressive against you. Here's the third play you need to write down. This is pistol full house, and I think the play name is deep curl, and what you want to do is target that angle route over the middle. You want to have, here you can see we get a big safety before the half. We're going to go down to the corner post, but you need that pistol full house play as your red zone play, because your other red zone passes don't quite cut it in this book, but that pistol deep curl is very good. That's the B route you got to learn to throw on the play corner strike. You can sometimes do outs, but you can also do that route as well. It gets to a pretty tender spot. It's a lot like Z-spot, which we've broken down a gazillion times. You want to get tempo, quick audibles. Here we get a great pulling guard, and this is what you'll see more often than not. You will see big runs. You don't always have to grind it out. Here is that deep curl play once again. I probably ran it 10 times. It didn't work the first 2, but I was redeemed with it about 8 times in a row. Here, we end up just rolling out. You can throw that RB route pretty high and get some interceptions. We forced another turnover, and that's what happens, guys. Remember, defense wins championships. MaddenTips.com. Go to get the winner's kit. It's got all the setups. I win most of my games because of defense. Basically here, our opponent's kind of giving up a little bit, but we go down to, pistol trips once again, get some alignment, and take it. Another thing you can do is if you don't want to go all trips, you can go pistol ace twins. Ace twins is very good because it has a screen pass. Here you see 12 carries, 242 yards. So I'm not making this stuff up. I got 2 big defensive plays, and that's the only reason I was winning this game, but 12 for 242 is a lot of numbers. But at the same time, it's like, well, if you have 12 for 242, you should have more than 24 points, not based on defense. So I agree. That's why I think this playbook is missing a little bit of stuff. It's missing some long passes. It's missing some quick QB runs, some quick rollouts. It's missing some short yardage conversions. It's missing some a little bit. Could use a little more red zone. That deep goal play is good, but it's missing a few things. There's the read option style play. So remember, if they spread their line, you just hand it off. You still have to read if the guy crashes down, but I have hit some opponents who get aggressive with keeping it with the quarterback, so that's really up to you. Remember, you can put in some bigger guys on the edge to really hold up and pull. There you see the read option works beautifully. Stumble right in, touchdown. Corner strike again. Looks like we're going to run it here. We have, you're really looking out for 2-man under and cover 2. Once again, that's the Z-spot route. There we go, right up the middle once again, and you got to run that to keep the defense on us if they get too much extended on the edge trying to stop the run. Here I would have went with the deep curl from Full House, but we just try and leak it out to the wheel route. Wheel routes are very good for those reasons, and once again, we force more turnovers, and that's where we're going to get the bulk of our points from. Once again, another pancake. Those are the blocks you want to see. You want to put guys with good impact blocks in at tackle. In a guard, because those are going to be the guys that pull, get out in front, and crush people. Once again, this is pistol ace twins, so you have the play smash, which is a very good one to pass out of if you're going to pass out of this one, but the strong power is very good. So if they base align, I don't know if you could see that right there, but I playmaker the run back left. You can't flip it because it's not balanced, but you can playmaker it left. So if they have a defender on the open side with pistol ace twins, here's pistol trips. We're going to try a screen pass. But if they have a defender this is pistol ace twins. If they have a defender on the open side of the field, you want to playmaker the run back left. If they don't, which they're usually not gonna unless they base align, you want to run it that way. So once again, you should have pistol ace, strong power, pistol ace twins, strong power, pistol trip, strong power. Then you should have the play smash from pistol ace twins. You should have corner strike. You should have verticals. This verticals play is pretty good from this formation. It's a passing play from this. It's pretty similar to 4 verticals, but it's really up to you. How much you want to use those plays. This is primarily a run first playbook, and primarily one where you want to stay in the formations that you're comfortable with. The rest of the runs in this playbook, guys, they take too long to get out of the backfield. Like pistol strong has some options. You're in the backfield for 2.5 seconds, fake handing off the ball. Here I am looking. The other thing I like from this playbook is pistol bunch. So you have to play Seattle. You don't have Z-spot, but you have Seattle. So if they're playing heavy zone, what you got to do is, you can maybe put out on the left. Here we got RB in the seam, and that gives us 15 yards, which gets us into field goal range, or into, conversion style range, 4th and 5, 4th and 6, not too bad. So you also have pistol spread. You can run 4 verticals from that. I've broken down the spread playbook, or spread formations pretty well, so you can run some pistol spread, but that will go along with it too. Other than that, guys, if you have more questions about the pistol playbook, let me know. But generally, I think if you need a simple scheme that's run first and you have mobile QB, you're gonna have good success with this formation. I think if you run into some better players, they might know how to stop that run, as we've taught people all year. But at the same time, it's still really tough to stop, even if you know it's coming. Here we get our final interception to kind of seal the game, and then we take it right back in with Vic because we need short yardage. We use goal line, and then we're gonna go for hopefully another interception here, kind of clamp things down on 4th and 2. We lock up. So trying to run out the clock, trying to pass a little bit, but we go with corner strike, and it was a simple scheme overall. Now I'm up in All Pro 1, so opponents are definitely getting a little bit better as Vic hurdles his way in the end zone and Patrick Peterson takes another one down. But for the most part, unless you're newer players are going to struggle. If you're a newer player, you can have confidence with these runs. You can have safe passing. Like, I tell you what wasn't featured in this video that I ended up doing a lot. What I did a lot was quick throws to the tight ends on streaks. Streak both tight ends, throw to either one, as they beat zone really, really well. So if you see a lot of zone, that didn't come through in the video as much as I would like to make it obvious here. You see a corner out from the spread that we talked about, but, you know, those streaks to the tight end can be really, really deadly if it's anything but man. So even against man, they're pretty tough. You could slant both guys against man. You could zig both guys against man. Really up to you. But yeah, I think, you know, if you can run these 5 plays to success, 5 to 8 plays, you're really going to like this offense. There'll be times where maybe you don't score as much as you think you should have, or you might get frustrated running it, but I think you're going to have a lot of success if you can do this collection. So that's pretty much it. Let me know what playbook you want to see next in the comments. I know a lot of people are interested in the Saints book because it has gun snugs. I can definitely break that down. There's that read option. As you saw, the hole opened up pretty nicely. Remember, guys, take your time. Gibbs loves to push tempo. The pistol ace, you can hurry up and then flip it and get back to the line really fast, or hurry up and reset your play, get back to the line super fast. You don't feel like you have to. You know, you can still slow the game down, still cut down possessions. Here we're going to, you know, try that deep curl play one more time. As you can see, we put Barry on a wheel. We got both flats. You can maybe drag or zig in here. We hit RB right over the middle. Of course, he drops the pass because that's what happens. Here's this, you know, 5-2 red zone D that I love now. User pick Rod Woodson, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is your quit of the week. Na 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 na. Hey. See, Farrell says goodbye. See you next week, guys. Let me know what you want to see in the comments.